What's up guys, Card Protagonist here, and today I will be doing a deck profile on the Darkness Dragon World Abygale Death Requiem deck from the brand new set XBT-03 Overturn Thunder Empire. So the Abygale deck has got a brand new upgrade, and I have to say that this is one of the greatest upgrades that we've gotten, because right now it only takes us 2 turns to win the game. So 2 turns, how easy it is. Knowing that Black Dragon's invincible defense makes it really hard to kill, and its draw power, Abygale is actually one of the deck that actually is really strong. So today I will be doing an explanation of how the deck works, because I know many of you guys are thinking, oh, I actually have an Abygale deck, but how do I actually build it? It is one really complex deck to build. I actually made a lot of tests, play tests and experiments with the deck, and I've finally gotten a build that you could actually try to follow, and it's actually really good and consistent. So yeah, the winning image of this deck is basically you have to get into these cards by using cards such as Zero West, or having this in your hand, using this as an impact on the first turn, and after 3 turns, every end of your opponent's turn, you get to charge 1 card into the soul. After you have 3 cards in the soul, you win the game automatically. Alright, but you guys stating, oh, did you say 2 turns? Yes, I say 2 turns because the brand new Abygale we have here, its Overturn skill allows us to skip your opponent's turn. Theoretically, you just need 2 turns to win the whole game. Alright, so let's get started with deck profile. And before I begin, I'm proud to announce that Buddy-Mart is doing another awesome giveaway. Simply like the Buddy-Mart Facebook page and follow the contest instructions. Today is the last day of the contest, so make sure you join the fun and win some prizes. So yeah, so let's get to it. Alright, so first up we play 4 copies of the brand new Abygale, the Overturn Abygale. Alright, so here I have 2 copies of different Abygales. One is the Buddy Rare and one is the normal one. The Buddy Rare is one of my favorite Buddy Rare series in the Metallic Foil series, because it is black, the best color and the edgiest color for our kit Kaito. So this is the standard secret pack Abygale. It is just your normal white Abygale, but if you check out the black one, it's totally jet black and it looks sick. Look at it. Oh my, this is my best. I'm definitely gonna get 4 copies. I already have 2, and yeah, what it does is it has a core cost of 2, and it became a size 3 monster. A huge jump from a size 1 to size 3 monster. Core cost, pay 2 gauge, so it is a 2 gauge monster, so not very expensive to core. It has a very powerful ability. All cards on your field cannot be destroyed or returned to your opponent's hand by card effects. Then, all cards on your soul and field cannot be put to drop zone by opponent card effects. So what this means is, basically as long as he's on the field, any destruction effect is just dead. Destroying set spell, destroying items, everything 0. You can't even use monster effect to destroy it. Basically, it is a god. You can't destroy by card effects. You can only destroy it through battle. And yeah, good luck battling him, because we have stuff like this card and this card. Gamara especially, it is one of the best defensive cards. We have resting spells, so many defensive cards. This guy is just so damn good, and it just protects your set spell, especially your win con. So it's Overturn ability. Pay 1 gauge during your main phase at the beginning of your opponent's next turn. During that turn, and during your next turn, your cards on your field cannot attack. So basically, this means that your opponent just skip their next turn. So yeah, so it is a very powerful card. Gives you maximum protection on your field. It is a 7,000 defense, so your opponent won't be able to run it through easily. So it's a very tanky unit. It's basically a Tora with a godly effect. Because it protects your whole field instead of itself. Not only itself, it's the whole field. So yeah, it's very important to play 4 copies in this deck, especially if you want to go for your win con, which is just getting 1 extra turn off your opponents. So 2 turns to win a game, it's very easy. So now we have the set spell searcher, Zero West. When this card enters the field, you may pay 2 gauge. If you do, put a card with a set from your deck into your hand and shuffle your deck. So one way, the reason why I play him, because you want to consistently go into your final turn impact. And you can also, if you have an impact, you can also search out for stuff such as Death Gauge Timer if you need the gauge. This is highly recommended, and I only play 1 copy because you are able to search it out with this guy. And if you don't have it, it's okay. It's just there for an extra gauge. I've actually modified this deck so that it'll be fully synergized with each other, making sure that you have proper gauge, proper hand control, and everything you need. So yeah. So yeah, it's a very important card because it gets you a set spell. Now, one of my favorite cards in the deck is Black Crested Dragon Herbo. For those who didn't know, I've been wondering who is Herbo, which is this Herbo SD. Herbo is so cute. I thought he was going to be like one of the main villains, Buddy. But apparently Herbo is from this guy. So he's once an ugly looking dragon, now he's so cute. Yeah, it's actually one of secret pack cards. Alright, so what Herbo does, Herbo is so damn good. When this card is destroyed, put the top card of the deck into your gauge and gain 1 life. Then, if you have a Black Dragon set on the field, which is your impact, because it's a set impact, or any set spells, charge 1 gauge as well. So, when this card gets destroyed, you get 1 life and 2 gauge. In value-wise, there's a 1.5 value. 1.5 value for one single card is so good. Even our main man, Abygale, only charges 2 gauge. But this guy charges 2 gauge and gain 1 extra life. He is so damn good. This is actually one of my favorite cards in this deck. Because he helps you fix all your gauge problems, which you have with, because there's so many stuff that you want to pay gauge for, such as your resting spell, give you maximum defense. Even your Noble Sacrifice needs some gauge cost. Zillow S takes some gauge as well. So this guy is so very important in the deck, and I really like him. And if you guys don't have Abygale as a buddy, you guys can always use Zillow S as, this guy's a buddy. 4 copies of Abygale next. This is from the Evolution Mutation set. When this card enters the field and you have a Black Dragon set, charge 2 gauge. So it's simply a +1 when it enters the field, because gauge is very important in this deck. 4 copies of Gammar. While you have the Black Dragon set spell on the field, you may discard this card from your hand, counter. Select one of your opponent's monsters and reduce their attack power and their critical by 3. So basically, if you use it on a triple attacking monster, it basically becomes a piece of garbage because you won't be able to do you damage for the rest of the turn. So they must well just end a turn. 1 card to end your opponent's turn is very broken, and this is one of those cards that can do it. That's why it's a triple rare. So 4 copies of Black Rituals is a spells. Time for spells, boys. So spells, one of the best draw engines in the game. Cast cost destroy a Black Dragon on a field. The good thing about this deck is destroying Black Dragons is sometimes beneficial to yourself, especially with the new weapon, because every time a Black Dragon is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can gain 1 life, and this is not once per turn effect. So what I like to do is I like to destroy my Black Dragons with spells such as Noble Sacrifice and Black Ritual, and just stack up so much life your opponent just won't be able to stop you. Alright, so that's Black Ritual. Basically charge 1 gauge and draw 2 cards and gain 1 life. Increase survivability, resource, and hand size. Very good. 4 copies of Noble Sacrifice. It is a counter. Basically, it's a faster speed compared to Black Ritual. It's used in many ways. Cast cost, pay 1 gauge, and destroy a Black Dragon on the field. If you do, gain 2 life and draw 1 card. How you use this card is basically, this is a center-based deck, so you always call monsters to the center. When your opponent attack the monster, counter, destroy him before they destroy a monster. They miss the attack, and you get the +1. So it is so good, and it's actually very important because you want to gain life to rack up life in order to survive 2 turns. Easy gaming. 3 copies of Black Dragon Remade. This card is personally what my secret tag. I don't think many people have been using this card in the Abygale deck, but at least in this version. The reason why I use this card is because Black Dragon Remade just allows your Black Dragon to stay longer on the field, and especially with 7k defense, and when it's destroyed a battle, probably your opponent have to link attack. You just use one Black Dragon Remade, stay on the field, and it just doesn't leave the field. And of course, if you combo cards with such as Herbo, Herbo will be able to stay on the field, and you can basically still charge your gauge and heal 1 life. The reason why is because cards that says it remains on the field means the card is still destroyed, but it remains on the field. Very difficult to describe, but you basically get to do the ability when it's destroyed. So this is a very, very good card. And of course, there are many other cards you can use in Abygale. So this is a fantastic card. 3 copies. Now 4 copies of Arbitrary, the infamous card in Japan. The card that has been winning so many games. Reason why is because he gives you hand size, and it causes your opponent to discard cards. So cast cost, pay 1 gauge. It's a set spell. When this card enters the field, if you have a Black Dragon in drop zone, you can draw 1 card. So it is a +1 instantly. And when this card is destroyed, focus camera. When this card is destroyed, your opponent chooses a card from your hand and discard it. So it is very good because it gives you the upper hand over your opponent instantly. And having a Black Dragon set spell is good because you can trigger its skill as well. Now 4 copies of Invitation of the Death Ground. Very powerful card. especially in a meta where there's so many double attacks and triple attacks. Especially our good friend Butts, which has so many attacks. Rest it, and unless it overturns, it's just gonna end their turn. Alright, so it's a set spell. Your opponent cannot call cards from the drop zone. Only assassins set this card. Or any just graveyard based decks like Revival. Even the mirror match so he helps. Alright, he has a second skill. Counter, choose a monster on your opponent's field and pay 2 gauge. If you do, rest the chosen card. So even before your opponent can attack with their double attacking monster, you rest their card. So it is a very, very powerful card. It's a set spell, so you basically every turn you get to rest your opponent's monster. So you can put them in lockdown, making your survivability really high, so 2 turns is easy. Removal Voice, pay 1 gauge, call a size 1 or less Black Dragon monster from your drop zone and by paying its call cost. Most of the time I used to call Herbal or Abygale because they allow me to get some pluses and I love having them to protect me and get some pluses. So basically if my center is open and my opponents, before they declare attack, I'll cast this, call Herbal or Abygale to the center. Then they will have to go through them. And of course their effects will trigger, so I'll get a +1. So Remove Voice is just so good for defense. And of course if you want to push for attack also, I don't know why you want to push for attack because you're using impact. For some reason you can also use Remove Voice, call a monster for an extra attack. 1 copy of Death Gauge Timer, you guys know what it does, gives you extra gauge. I've only played 1 tech copy because of the ZilOS, just in case I need the gauge. Alright, for items we play 4 copies of Black Crest Gale Emblem, basically Gaito's hand. It's a 4-0 stats. The reason why it's a 0 stats is because it's a control deck. Control deck generally do not defeat your opponents through making your opponent go to 0. Instead of just use your impact to win game. So equip cost 1 gauge. When this card can never attack if you have a monster in the center. So this is why you play a center based deck. All Black Dragon sets on your field cannot be destroyed nor returned to your hand, and your opponent's card effect. Then souls in those cards cannot be put in the drop zone by opponent's card effects. So basically it is the same effect as our main card Abygale. It has the same effect, but this is in a weapon form. And when a Black Dragon on the field is destroyed, you can gain 1 life. This is my favorite effect because I stack up so much life. I can go up to 20 life easily with this deck. Just because my Black Dragon got destroyed by my opponent's monsters, or I use stuff like Black Ritual and Noble Sacrifice to gain them, send to the drop zone. So it's a good weapon. Generally it's a great improvement over the previous weapon because you just gain so much life for survival. And finally the Gale Death Count Requiem. It is actually from XBT-02 if you guys are wondering where it's from. So you may only cast this card if you have Black Dragon monster on your field. Pay 3 life during your final phase because it's an impact. So you cannot cast it immediately, you must wait for a final phase, declare final phase, then cast this. Set. This is a set spell. Abilities on this card cannot be nullified, so it can't be affected by Frozen Stars. At the end of your opponent's turn, put the top card of your deck into this card. So, then if there are 3 or more cards in the soul, you win the game. Easy. Alright. So, and the buddy I use is Overturn Black Dragon Death Dragon Abygale. It's really cool. I always wonder why Abygale had the eye patch there. But Abygale is one of the coolest looking dragons in my opinion. And this art is so sick as well. So yeah, Buddy just because I really like this card and it's very important. The winning image of the card is winning image of the deck as well. So yeah, because having that 1 extra turn makes defense so much easier. You know, one turn value is so much. It's how much value is 1 turn. Basically, you can ignore using all these cards to survive because you can just end your opponent's turn and just win the game. So yeah, it's a very powerful card. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoy my deck profile on the Abygale Death Requiem deck. And also, if you would like to buy my decks, be sure to check out Buddy-Mart.com. Links are in the description box down below. So thanks for watching and keep on buddy fighting. Rawr.